St. Louis police officer's family is planning his funeral while we still wait to hear of any charges against the suspect in his death. Good evening, everyone. I'm Claire Kellett.
I'm Steve Savard. Black bunting now hangs at police headquarters and flags are flying at half staff in the city. The slain officer was Tamarris Bohannon. He was 29 years of age with 3.5 years of service in the force. He was married with 3 children. One other officer was wounded, treated, and released. We have live team coverage as we work to learn more about the suspect accused of shooting Officer Bohannon and the details about how it happened. We'll go first to Lauren Traeger in our control room sharing information about the man who's now in custody.
Well, Steve, there have certainly been some questions raised about this suspect and even him being in a position to do this in the first place. Some law enforcement officers question why someone they call a violent and dangerous criminal was out on the streets. 43-year-old Thomas Kinworthy is behind bars in St. Louis tonight. He has not been charged with Officer Bohannon's death, although prosecutors say charges are imminent in the case. But News 4 Investigates was the first to reveal his long criminal history spanning decades, and tonight I spoke with officials down in Florida who say they aren't surprised his name is now connected to this heinous act.
Our agents were of the belief that he was a violent individual and very dangerous, and that he would hurt somebody if given the chance, and he's proven that.
Todd Goodyear, public information officer for the Brevard County Sheriff's Office in Florida, is very familiar with the name Thomas Kinworthy.
He's had a long string of violence back into 1998, and unfortunately he was not kept in jail on our charges and was allowed to be released and made it to St. Louis.
Kinworthy, Goodyear says, has ties to Missouri, and News 4 Investigates found he has drug and traffic charges here. But in Florida in 2001, he went to prison for shooting a man in a road rage attack. Then, last year, he was accused of tying up, choking, and attempting to sexually assault a man in Brevard County. As they were investigating that case, officers also found the felon to be in possession of a number of guns and thousands of rounds of ammunition. An active warrant was out for his arrest after he failed to show up to court in Florida earlier this month.
At this time, do you have any information on when he actually came to the St. Louis area?
No, I do not know.
Goodyear says this weekend they learned his name was tied to the death of St. Louis officer Tamarris Bohannon.
It's a very sad situation. He was a very violent individual. Shouldn't have been out of jail, and however he was, and because of that, a police officer's lost his life.
Now they're sending their deepest condolences to Officer Bohannon's family.
We know we put our lives on the line every day that we go out and put the badge on, but hope that it never happens. And in this case, it did happen to one of our fellow brothers.
Saying Kinworthy must now be held accountable.
Hopefully, this will be the last time that he sees the light of day.
Now, I asked Goodyear if there was any indication in Kinworthy's past of a specific hatred for law enforcement. He says he wasn't aware of any, but again reiterated that his agents believed Kinworthy to be violent and dangerous. Coming up on News 4 at 6, we will dig a little bit deeper into why Kinworthy was out on bond in Florida. But meanwhile, we continue our team coverage